Hey everybody, this is Vincent Tung, the Wandering Warrior. Now I want to share with you some fight footage from when I went to a HEMA competition and participated in their single stick and saber. For those who don't know, HEMA or HEMA stands for Historical European Martial Arts, and it's the revival of historical European swordsmanship and fighting skills. Now, this competition is the Legend of the Lake of 2024 in Vermont, and a quick shout out to the organizers for running what was mostly a fairly well run competition, 2 day event. Now, I only participated on Sunday for the European single stick and European steel saber competitions, and I had a decent amount of fun. Of course, you guys know that my background is primarily in Chinese weaponry as well as some others, and I've begun Filipino arnis or eskrima. While the weapons aren't weapons that I'm particularly used to, and I haven't devoted much time to HEMA, I've had some exposure to European saber, and so I decided, hey, you know what? Timing, distance measure, it's those are universal things. So I wanted to see how well I would do. I also wanted to make use of some of the tactics that I had picked up through the Filipino martial arts, and I found a lot of success in cutting the roots, as they say, or chopping people's legs. My main tactic was just to skirt their critical distance and attack the head or the leg as I saw fit. In my experience during the competition, it seemed that attacking the leg really wasn't too hard for me. I'm not sure if the HEMA community does it often or if they're not as familiar with certain movement patterns and tactics, but that's where I found success. Where I found I needed to improve on was definitely my sense of measure, especially against opponents who had greater reach than I do. And that was actually a decent number of them. So it's back to the laboratory and more drilling for me against longer weapons and longer reach people who can hit me where I can't quite hit them just yet. And I need to make smarter use of angulation, timing, and the covering of distance to really make my tactical openings count. Another aspect that I do need to improve on if I'm going to continue doing HEMA competitions is winning over the judges. I noticed that there were a lot of strange calls that were made at times. There were doubles that were being miscalled. There were strikes, that were said to be clean, but that were actually doubles. And although the fighters themselves, me and my opponents, often would have said, the honorable thing and called what was what, but oftentimes the judges, whether it was inexperience, incompetence, or even sometimes bias, uh, definitely saw things their way and did not always make the call as the fighters or the athletes actually experienced it. I wouldn't say that was all of the judges, but there were definitely a large number of inexperienced and or incompetent and or biased judges. And that was a bit disappointing, but that also reminded me that in this sport of HEMA, I'm definitely going to need to hit in a certain way that will have the judges undeniably call my points, right? So that's something that I learned from a competitive perspective rather than from a pure swordsmanship or stick fighting perspective. Frustrations with the judging aside, I wasn't really fighting at the level at which I would have earned gold that day, so I'm not really concerned too much about that. Yes, I need to fight in a way that will improve my chances of being judged fairly by the judges. Hopefully, obviously, at a competition where all of the judges are experienced, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, the improvements I need to make on timing, angulation, and measure, they are what they are. And as you'll see later in the saber fighting footage, I had to get a little more used to the weapon, its dynamics, the meta that people play at, and also the fact that a lot of them have a little more reach than I do. I got short arms, and so I've got to play the game a certain way. That's something that I didn't simulate properly in my own training beforehand, and so, well, I was struggling to account for it properly or in a dominant fashion in the saber matches. But anyways, you guys enjoy, and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Fencers, ready? Punch!
25 seconds. Come on, Emma. 15 seconds.
Ow!
You good?
Yeah.
5 seconds.
There it is.
Fence! Fencers, ready? 4-1, match!
Woo!
Ready? Fence! Double.
Both close.
White green.
Both
Match!
on me. Okay, okay. Say that I'm gonna be kicked out immediately after. When we have a tournament, I think we're just gonna have official time.
That's smart.
You can also copy fun facts without playing.
Okay.
You can't remember.
Okay, I got 54 decks. And then, yeah, then I'm thinking about like 2 decks for $10. So much of that stuff.
Oh, you can buy it for like 25 cents. Hopefully people are on it. Thank you, Captain.
I have something to wrench
I
your
call that
hand.
enough.
Halt! I saw something this way. With 1 second left. Point three.
I was always, I'm very, I was always taught that if the judges don't call it, okay, I didn't want any bad blood. You're an excellent fighter. And, thank you, you too. Thanks. I'm just so new to this. I feel really bad. No, that's fine.
That's ready. Next.
1 minute left. That's ready. Let's.
I'm really excited about it. I didn't want to do anything after this in Burlington anyway.
I mean, this was originally a tournament weekend. This wasn't about Burlington.
No, but character.
That's my goal.
All right. Well, I do want to give a shout out again to the organizers of Legend of the Lake 2024 in Vermont. Thank you guys for organizing and running this competition. All in all, it was pretty good, and I had fun. I would say the competitors that showed up, it was a good time, and all but one of you guys, it was a pleasure to share the field of fencing with y'all and compete. One of you guys was a prick, so I mean, you know who you are, but it's all good. The rest of you guys really gave me a lot of things to think about and to bring home and work on, and a lot of it had to do with angulation and measure and tempo, and I guess that's what a lot of it boils down to, right? I also want to give a shout out to my team, the people that were training me up for this HEMA competition. We didn't have a lot of time, and you guys know my main focus is in the Chinese martial arts and in Mongolian wrestling, so kind of had to squeeze a little extra time for this, but we try to ramp me up, and this is where I was on that day. I also want to give a shout out to my Filipino martial arts mentors. There's a few tactics that I picked up directly from you guys, and I will seek to do a better and better job in the future. As for the judging, I mean, yeah, some of it was incompetent and obviously disappointing. But you know what? I came up in some of those karate and kung fu style smoke shows, and some of that stuff was a mess too. So I'm not new to this, but it's just not fun to see. Definitely hope that the HEMA community continues to improve. And in any case, thank you guys for following me on my journey. I salute yours. Peace.